Hello, and welcome to Handled Ish Productivity for the Imperfect, a weekly podcast for those who want to elevate their productivity but are not looking for perfection. I'm your host, Betsy Hayes, and I am really happy that you are here with me this week. And this is episode 72, Ignore Your Lame Excuses Challenge, Part 2. And so this is the follow up to last week when we had a conversation about the idea that sometimes when there is something that we want to do, we don't do it because we give ourselves a lot of what I called lame excuses. Excuses that, if you examined, really were not legitimate reasons to not do said thing. And we talked about perhaps thinking about something that you were giving yourself these lame excuses for or about, and trying to just ignore them for a week and do the thing and see what happened with this little experiment. And I decided that mine was to, we're working on creating this morning exercise habit to continue to rehab my knee, get myself to where I want to be. And I'm really, really disappointed to report that I had mixed results. To be honest with you, I thought the fact that I knew I had to record this podcast would give me an extra layer of accountability. And so I would be able to ignore my lame excuses and report that I did my exercise habit when I had it scheduled, and know all the lame excuses that I gave myself, I was able to ignore. And unfortunately, that's not true. I did say mixed results, so it wasn't all bad. There were a couple of days where I had, I got up to most of what I had planned to do from an exercise perspective. So it's kind of a, I don't know, three-quarters win on those 2 days. A couple of days I met a friend at the gym. She's helping me work out. And so that was an easy couple of days to ignore my lame excuses because, she was there meeting me to do a favor for me. So obviously I was not going to disappoint her. And it was really a helpful exercise, that particular thing, because definitely, working out with a friend is going to be really helpful to me. So I did schedule 2 more times with her this upcoming week. So that will be, again, helpful to create this morning exercise habit. And then I went out of town. And I had planned on doing a full workout before I left. I had plenty of time to do that on Saturday. And I was going to do an abbreviated a bit of exercise on Sunday and Monday while I was gone, and it totally would have worked if I would have done it. There was no reason, literally no reason, why I couldn't do it. And I gave myself some lame excuses, and I gave in to said lame excuses. And so I didn't do any exercise over those 3 days. And so, yeah. So mixed results. I'm hopeful that you had better results and were able to ignore your lame excuses and do your thing. And I will continue to experiment, because my thought today, before I got on to record this podcast, was, like I really think of everything, as long as we don't quit, like we're eventually going to figure this out. So that is my mantra this week. I'm not quitting. I'm going to continue to work on this, and eventually I'll get it figured out. I was listening to a podcast by Mel Robbins, and she was talking about this idea that came to this whole, like, not click or pushing the snooze button, and the idea that you tell yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then hop out of bed like you're launching yourself like a rocket into the day, which, what the heck? I might try that this week. Don't worry, I'm not going to report back next week because I think I've got a little bit more tinkering to do before I take up more podcast time to talk about this topic. But I'm curious. I hope that you had more success. Curious what you thought about this. Curious if you learned anything. As I mentioned, I definitely learned that from an, this particular habit seems to be something that, if I'm working out with a buddy, having some additional accountability, that might be something that helps this be a little bit more sustainable. So again, I'm giving that a try this week. I'm also, still a little bit mm, befuddled because for years I had a pretty good exercise habit going. And I think, I don't know, for whatever reason, getting back into this after recovering from my knee injury, it's taken a little bit longer than I thought. So I don't know. Maybe my world was turned a little bit more upside down than maybe I'd anticipated. But we will get it. I'm not quitting. I'm gonna figure this out. So anyway, just wanted to hop on, give a little report, and wish you all the most amazing week. And yeah, so take care. And remember, you are doing way better than you think you are. Take care. Bye bye.